Brothers and sisters in faith and in humanity, what's awesome? Peace be upon all those who genuinely seek peace and work for it. My name is Muslim Gamer TV, and I start this stream like anything else I would start, in the name of God and with thanks to Him. This stream is of my gameplay of the mission archives on Overwatch, and maybe a little bit of arcade. If any of us to come on the stream would not please God, then it may be partially on me. Still, there are things that I might not have been aware of, and over which I have no control, like what some game developers may include in their games, what other players say or do in multiplayer and cooperative games, and what the stream audience may say in chat, which should show up in the lower right corner of the stream. All of this is out of my control. Unless the chat messages are too many within a few seconds, I eventually respond to almost all polite chat messages. Still, I'm sometimes distracted by the game itself, so I ask you to please be patient if I don't respond immediately. My usual disclaimer: I am Muslim, but I do not represent Islam as a belief system or Muslims in general. I only represent myself. And unless clearly and specifically stated, or I'm talking about verifiable facts, historical or scientific, my opinions are my own, and especially my mistakes are my own. I currently do not constantly talk or provide commentary while streaming, so you may sometimes get hours of silent gaming from me, but occasionally on my streams, inspired by something that happens in game or by your messages, I talk about various subjects like religion, science, health, and of course, games. And I try to make my talks informative or at least beneficial somehow. If you choose to watch my streaming or archived streams, then I hope I've prepared you very clearly for what you may expect. If you like the sound of all this, I would appreciate a follow from you here on Twitch and a subscription on my YouTube channel, where I permanently archive most of my streams. There's also a Patreon link in the About tab of my Twitch channel and a donations link if you would like to support this stream. And I look forward to chatting with you sometime on stream. Thank you. Now let's jump to some hopefully fun gaming. So yeah, we don't have just have one day left until these boxes reset, so might as well play the things that I can get boxes for. Wow, it's quite a wait. I thought I thought these things would be more popular when one day is left only. Or maybe most people just gave up on the expert difficulty level or something. Well, one can, I guess, just warm up a little bit. played I played too long today for warm up to actually be necessary, but whatever, practice, I guess. Hmm.
Hey. Stay alert. Enemies on the way. Thanks. Dropping from the ceiling. Field assassin detected. He's on you. Come here and get stabilized.
Looks like I'm gonna be your ride out of here. Heading to the extraction point. Look for the art gallery. I'll meet you there.
Thank you.
Requesting healing.
Deployed a sniper. Eyes on those skids. Dropship incoming. Someone take out that sniper. Get over here and
T-1 special attack.
Enough time. Picked up some company on the way in. I'm gonna try to shake them, but it might take a little while. I'll meet you at the courtyard behind the art gallery.
Enemy dropping from above us. They've deployed an assassin.
I've got you in my sights. Target original. Get off me!
Head to the evac point in the courtyard up ahead.
I don't need this here. Get over here and heal up.
I'm entering Venice airspace now. Headed toward your position.
I recommend moving behind my barrier. Rally at my position.
Come here, get
T-1
stabilized.
special attack.
You're going to.
Assassin detected.
Barrier activated.
Heads up. Enemies incoming.
Please move behind the barrier.
Watch out for the sniper.
Got you in my sights. Sniper eliminated. I love this missions in the morning.
I recommend moving behind the barrier. Hello. Greetings.
I'll have it in a few seconds. Maximilian's at the Don Rombotico distillery. Marking the position for you.
I finish them off. Lifting off. I will shield you. Here they come. Everyone get ready. Burning them down. Enemy dropship coming in.
Got a fallen soldier.
We can do this together. Locking on. Mobility increase.
For your own safety, get behind the barrier.
We lost track of Max once he got inside. They've sealed the place up tight and our satellites are flying. Be ready for anything.
Dropship incoming. Hasting up. Vital team activated. Sniper neutralized. Mobility increase.
Everyone, heal up.
I'm opening the doors now. Stay on your toes.
Rally to me! Next target. Going free. Finishing them off.
Something's happening.
You are advised to move behind my back.
They've locked down the distillery. Hang tight while I get you a way out. I show multiple Talon units converging on your position.
They're breaking in from the ceiling.
I've got you in my sights. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Flight routine activated. Get behind me.
They've deployed a sniper.
Then sniper.
Sniper's up ahead. I need to be with
I would advise you to move behind my barrier. I took out the sniper. Reversing personality module.
Your safety means behind the barrier.
enemies reinforcing.
Finishing them off. Looking on.
Assassin incoming.
Executing flight mode. Burning them down.
Assassin eliminated.
Moving up.
Where is Orisa's shield? Freaking hell. I mean, wow.
They're coming through the ceiling.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the cooldown is off, but it's just not putting down the shield.
My target. Heavy assault detected.
Are you gonna put a shield or what the?
Watch for the sniper.
She's
I've got you in my sights. Target-rich environment. Our teammates
Clear
down.
out the area and blow the door.
Assassin detected. Someone revive. Thanks. Our teammates down. On your feet, soldier. Assassin incoming. We've got a fallen soldier. I've got you in my sights. I love the smell of pulse munitions in the morning. Assassin eliminated. Watch out! Heavy up ahead! I need to be revived. Thanks.
Oh god, I didn't even.
Someone revive.
We're taking casualties.
Wow.
Echo online.
Yeah, of course. We don't have a proper healer. And no Bastion either. I thought they would. There were a couple there. I mean, there were two of them. There were two of them. I thought they would just, you know, get Bastion between them. I don't know why. I wonder if after you pick you can change. I don't know. Yeah, I think you can, but I don't know if after everybody picks whether you can change. And this Orisa like wasn't putting the shields in, you know, on time or at like really good places and stuff. You could have just stood behind the like our back to a wall and we could use the shield. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I don't think that can work. I don't want to waste my time, to be honest. I mean, maybe can freeze these big guys, but still. She will need to be running around to do this. Basically, she will need to be close to the enemies, and yeah, that will just require too much healing and crap. Oh man. Oh man, is this team again? No, it's not. Okay, this can work, I guess.
Sojourn here. I'm isolating Maximilian's position. I'll have it in a few seconds.
No backing.
Maximilian to the Don Robotico distillery. Marking the position for you. We lost track of Max once he got inside. They've sealed the place up tight and our satellites are blind. Be ready for anything.
TV for special attack.
I'm opening the doors now.
She's putting the shield, and the Orista's like putting the shields away from me. Freaking hell, man! These players. It's not like I'm standing so far away from the shield, dude. This is like almost borderline trolling, you know?
Get into position.
Something's happening. They've locked down the distillery. Hang tight while I get you a way out.
Insisting
I show
on
multiple talent units converging on your position.
What's the ceiling? Enemy forces. This will restore you. Sniper on our radar. They deployed a sniper. Sniper ahead. Eliminate that sniper. Get into position. This will restore you. Behind you. We're being stalked. This will heal you. Allow me to repair the damage.
so she places the barrier and then I mean she's I think she's they're trolling. The player is like trolling with me.
Allow me to repair the damage.
It looks like Max has barricaded himself in a seaport. There's a truck with explosives near your position. You're gonna need them to get inside.
One hand digs, the other.
Definitely trolling.
Prepare for enemy engagement.
Sniper on our radar.
Surrender to my will. I cast this forth.
Ah, it's done. Finally, man. That's interesting. Only critical. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Rezad, how's it going, brother?
Beautiful.
That's good to hear. I just figured that you can use these to draw my attention to chat if I don't. Actually, I should probably search for a. I should probably search for a sound like that. Yeah. I'll do that. Something that people can send me. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm checking. Extensions. And then sound alerts. Here it is. Alright. Alright, yeah, take your time. Inshallah, may God accept, inshallah. Yeah, I kind of understood. May God accept, inshallah, brother. Can May actually freeze in this mode? Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe they chose her. Maybe they chose her for the icicle?
Airline 404. Some has a module not found. Empathy module not responding.
We've got company.
For your safety, please maintain balance.
You're fully hit.
Wow. Doesn't work.
Still a ways to go on the door. Let's set the clock a little shorter next time. Watch the ceiling. Keep that assassin in your sight.
How the hell do you kill that assassin?
Have a way out of here. Let's move.
Looks like I'm gonna need you right out of here.
Can we even finish this?
Look for the art gallery. I'll see you there.
Ouch.
I'm a goner. Thought I was a goner.
Our teammate needs to be revived.
Don't move. Dropship incoming.
Freeze! Don't move!
flies. May I take you on?
I mean, I think the to be honest, they.
I'm entering Venice airspace now.
Hey, Bobby. Sorry about the. Sorry about. Sorry about the delay. I'm just so focused on the game. Oh crap! Oh, oh! What's coming in? It's a mode where only headshots or criticals count. So it's taking all my focus. I can't even shoot properly if I'm just talking.
Sniper ahead.
It's almost done. Almost done, and I'll. It's kind of headshots, yeah. Where is? I don't even know what's going on.
Dropship coming in.
Ouch!
I need healing.
Ah, not working.
Light them up. Watch out, sniper deployed. There she is.
My God, I don't know. This is to be honest on whoever went down there, the healer. Just going to chase kills or something.
Seen the lag. Dropping like flies. Get back in there. Fully healed.
Ah! Ouch.
There's our damn ride.
I wasn't intending to fly into the middle of a war zone. Just give me a little time.
No time like the present.
Oh no no no! Come on! I don't wanna. I don't wanna be left behind. Come on.
Thank you, kind.
Seriously? That's intense.
Head to the roof of the restaurant for pickup.
Heavy assault here. Need a doctor.
Going my way, cowboy?
Train's leaving the station. All aboard.
Finally. Finally we do it. Man. I didn't mean to pick good sportsmanship, but all right, Bamiar. Now I can finally pay attention to the chat. Yeah, kind of ready, I guess. The days are a bit long here, like daytime, from Fajr to sunset. It's quite long, but you know, all good, inshallah. Yeah. Glass cannon really was the hardest one. All right, I will definitely take a look at that one. Yeah, sorry about that. I was like, cause getting headshots doesn't exactly come, you know, easily to me, so I had to really focus. And it's so annoying that the ultimate doesn't work. I mean, I understand. Oh my god. Since when? Really? I'm muted halfway. Whoa, that's weird. Like, what was the last thing you heard? Yeah, I was all along here. I was talking the whole time. My god. The ultimate. Oh, yeah, okay, thank God then. That is weird. Why would it mute in its own? I don't think I pressed anything. That's bizarre. Anyway, yeah, I was saying that it's a bit like it's really disappointing that the ultimates don't work because you know they target the body or whatever. Like I would have preferred it if they, for example, they made the ultimates work, but would take like much longer. So I wouldn't have minded it if they basically made the ultimate take much longer to receive. But when you receive it, you can actually use it and it works. It would have been much more fun this way, to be honest, but just not working at all. And I actually wasn't sure. I kept trying over and over again to see if it works, but yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, and then I said about the glass cannon. Also, I was saying, yeah, I should definitely look into that one. See how it was like. uh, So where is it? Can only be damaged near retribution. Storm rising. Which one is glass cannon? This one here. Okay. Oh, here. Uprising players have reduced health and increased damage. Ah. Yeah, I see. Well, let's try it. Yeah. Let's try that one. Did you try it with the? Did you try to cheese it? Like, you know, Bastion Orisa? Maybe, I don't know if someone actually would be into that, but if the, you know, Bastion Orisa Mercy, that's all you need, man. Bastion Orisa and Mercy. Bam. Like, you know, super. Really? Honestly? You tried it, Bastion, Orisa, Mercy, Torb, and it was difficult? Wow, that is insane.
This is Morrison. Your mission is to liberate King's Row.
Wait, what do you mean took 3 hours worth of worth of games?
Good luck out there, agents.
Wait, what? 3 hours worth of games? You mean you kept trying to beat it for 3 hours? Really? Really? Throwing it in PvE? What the hell? Why? Why would they? Why would anyone throw in? Freaking hell, man! It's like a disease or something. People have some sort of disease. Oh man. Well, I hope that whoever comes picks Orisa. Orisa. Orisa for the win.
Good luck out there. Null sector has 3 anti-aircraft guns in King's Row. They need to be disabled before we can drop the payload.
Let's see.
Portable drone can be used to hack the air defense systems.
Let's see how cheese works. Oh my god, 105. Okay, I hear you. I hear you, brother. That's a bit low.
Now the air defenses first.
Okay, I think maybe tanks, 2 tanks would have been worth.
Deploy your utility drone. Null sector is closing on your position.
My god, Orisa 158. Who's
Good work. I marked the next air defense node on your HUD.
wow, 105, 70.
Signature up ahead.
Our
A null sector bot you haven't come across yet.
my god.
You're out in the open. Be careful.
You're exposed in your current position. Watch for attacks from all directions.
Seriously, after all these attacks, and you're saying watch for attacks from all directions. Wow, miracle. Yeah, this is hectic, bro. Freaking hell. This is like proper sweaty stuff. Dude, can you please put the barrier here? Freaking hell. You see your Bastion sitting here. It's sitting here for a reason. Because there are some people getting down from the... I don't have enough... Like, I don't have enough angle on the right side.
Let's get you back out there.
Dropship is inbound to the clock tower.
I hear you. I kind of feel what you mean. It's like, wait for the ponage. The ponage is coming. It's coming for you. A proper ponage. Is, by the way, is the game's volume too low? Because I like a brother was talking to me on chat and he wanted to hear what I was saying, and he said that the game was too loud, well, compared to my... Okay, okay, good to hear. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can. I think you can use them without bits, but are the emotes working? Because also a brother was telling me about the emotes, asking about the emotes, and he said like my channel doesn't have them, and I think I added like some today, but I'm kind of a noob when it comes to Twitch, at least setup stuff. So yeah.
I'm restarting the system. It should come back online shortly.
Well, I think no, I think because I have BTD these I have them like they can show up. They can show up, but I think like they meant the channels emotes or something, but I'm not sure exactly what, to be honest. There is none available. Okay, BTTV. Okay. I think that's what I meant to ask about. That's weird. I don't know what I have to do to... What? Oh my god, am I lagging? No. Oh god. Yeah, my bad. I didn't pay attention to the... My bad. I didn't want to... I did not pay attention to that bastion quickly enough. You have to memorize the freaking times they show up and stuff. So uncool. Uncool. It's weird, and also that's uncool also because I added them today, man. I don't know what I have to do to show these emotes. Uncool emotes. Ah, oh, wait, maybe they only show up if you subscribe. What? Can you see your chat on stream, by the way? Cause I don't see like you. I don't think your chat is showing up on stream for some reason. I saw the words feels bad, man, but okay, I'm refreshing cache of current page. Hopefully that should feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. No matches. I tried it with a colon. Like colon feels bad. It said no matches. Blood Moon Rising might be popular. Sympathy gains, damage enemies, heals other enemies. Ooh. That requires quite a bit of focus. I bet sympathy gains. I think. Have you tried sympathy gains? I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that it could be harder because it's so difficult synchronizing in. What? Surgical strike. No, I did already surgical strike. Dude, why? Why do you do this to me? I don't have that much time to be home. Oh, okay, brother. Thank you very much for passing by. And yeah, it's also late here. That's why I don't wanna waste time playing something I already played. Thank you for passing by. Thank you for your chat. I'm really grateful. Yeah, keeping me company for a bit. It was fun. Yeah, only critical hits. I already did it. Yeah, I think I'll do close quarters. I've got two only. So I'll do the easy ones. Cheese it, man. Cheese it. I'll do the the close quarters and damage only. That's nice and nice. All right, only close. Which ones? Or Baptiste.
I'm out of here. Here they come. It's just a distraction. covered. Dai vida. Go. I'll keep you here. I might need to use. I will keep you here. Nap time. You're powered up. Get in there. Touching your back.
Looks like I'm gonna be your ride out of here. Heading to the extraction point. Look for the art gallery. I'll meet you there.
Take your medicine. Dai vida. You're going to be okay. This will help. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Enemy coming in on that skip. Lights out. Get you. You're powered up. Get in there. Go. I'll keep you here.
Oh god.
I'm injured.
Oh god.
Someone revive our teammate.
I'm injured. Our teammate needs to be revived. You're covered. Healing enough.
Man, that road dog saved the match.
One of our teammates revived
Get you. Go. I'll keep you here. Nap time. Watching your back. You're powered up. Get in there. Heal up. I have your back. This will help. Take out that sniper.
Oh, we left one. We left one to die. Freaking hell. One of us died. Man, I've got no time for this. Ah, Damage only, which is the easiest? Damage only, probably. Heal yourself by doing damage. Some enemies are enraged, killing them spreads the rage. Enemies damage nearby players. Okay, enemies damage near, that should be easy, I think. Yeah, this too, drop lava on death should be easy. But yeah, damage only should be popular. I don't know why that Roadhog. I mean, the Roadhog kind of he kind of saved the match because he was the last one standing, but at the same time, in that last fight, he was just he was just running around the column, like crazy. I'm right behind you, dude. I'm healing you. You don't need to run around the column. Just kill the thing and get into their faces and kill these enemies so we can go and revive our teammate. But yeah, so he saved it with he saved it with one. Yeah, definitely very popular.
Sojourn here. I'm isolating Maximilian's position. I'll have it in a few seconds. Maximilian's at the Don Robotico distillery. Marking the position for you.
Someone revive our ally. You can take more than
My god, that spaghetti aim. What the hell is... I was just about to kill him. pretty, pretty hectic, man.
Tactical visor activated.
But kind of fun too.
It looks like Max has barricaded himself in a C4. There's a truck with explosives near your position. You're gonna need them to get inside.
Get over here and heal up.
Wow, he needs healing badly. But there is no healing. Reaper, even after having kind of... Oh my god, that was a loud laugh. I just couldn't hold it when I saw. When I saw his turret get destroyed. I was just...
Clear out the area and blow the door.
shot call? Did I even did I do any shot calling? My God, he's random. Or did I say something? I don't know. I don't think I. I don't think I did any shot calling. No, we keep getting. Ah, maybe in order to get. Oh wow, 58%. That's not bad for Hanzo. Okay, what else do we have here? Easy peasy. Are enraged. Enemies damage nearby players. This could be easy. Damaging enemies heals other enemies. This requires too much coordination. Enemies can only be damaged if a player is nearby. Tried it, failed miserably. Enemies drop lava. Players have reduced health and increased damage. Enemy barriers are invulnerable. I think maybe lava, but I don't like this one much. Enemies damage nearby players. Like we have to keep our distance. Let's try enemies drop lava.
Strike team en route to King's Row. This is Morrison. Your mission is to liberate King's Row. Good luck out there, agents.
No shield. That might be, and I can't change.
Null sector has 3 anti-aircraft guns in King's Row. They need to be disabled before we can drop the payload. You each have a portable drone that can be used to hack the air defense tunnels. We're planning to drop the payload in the courtyard at a clock tower. But you need to bring down the air defenses first. Deploy your utility drone to begin the hack. Null sector is closing on your position.
Why is no one coming from the right?
Thank you.
This is dangerous.
Watch for that basket. Payload is still charging. Keep it safe.
Man, this is just hectic.
Planting your
Hectic stuff.
Barriers on.
solid. My soul will never die. Let's get you back into the fight.
Oh my god. The Bastion. And it is obvious that you just can't win this. You can't win this without like a proper shield, to be honest. Mm. What can I do? It's a shame, really. We were literally just missing a shield. It was a good team, otherwise had like Mercy and stuff.
This is Morrison. Your mission is to liberate King's Row. Good luck out there, agents. Null Sector has 3 anti-aircraft guns in King's Row. They need to be disabled before we can drop the payload. You each have a portable drone which can be used to hack the air defense systems. We're planning to drop the payload in the courtyard by the clock tower. We need to bring down the air defenses first. Deploy your utility drone and begin the hack. Null Sector is closing on your position.
My damage spell is upon you.
Yeah, Orisa would have been better than Ryan because of this, basically. But Ryan's shield is better for sure, more flexible. Honestly, if he enjoys playing Ryan more, then power to him. Respect. It's hard for me to enjoy playing Ryan. It just feels so helpless, you know. I can't like really do some damage or exert any kind of meaningful long-range pressure on the enemies.
Good work. I marked the next air defense node on your HUD. New energy signature up ahead. Probably a null sensor bot you haven't come across yet. Underway. You're out in the open there. Be careful. Under fire!
Bastion. The Bastion. Again, the Bastion. That's it. Oh my god, it's always the Bastion. Oh man. Yeah, that Ryan was just playing the match as if it's a normal match. I appreciate the importance of charging, but to be honest, the only thing worth charging is the Bastion. That bomb, you know, I can get it. Uh,
Strike team en route to King's Row. This is Morrison. Your mission is to liberate King's Row.
oh come on, man. I don't think.
move behind the barrier.
Watch for that basket. Watch out, the payload's taking damage.
Did someone call you?
I'll play it, guys. All right, guys. Yes, as I said in chat, that's it for me for today. Thank you very much for those who stuck around with me until the end. I really appreciate your views, and thank you, Bami R, again for the chat and keeping me company for a bit. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you tomorrow for another stream of some Overwatch competitive and some Overwatch PvE 2 like this one. This was good fun and a good change from a bit of the frustration and toxicity plaguing the competitive Overwatch scene currently, partially due to the algorithm, the matchmaking algorithm, and partially due to, I mean, as I keep saying a lot, partially due to how it's designed. You know, it's basically designed with the ultimate goal of producing the slowest grind up the ladder possible, and at the same time the most subtle slow grind up the ladder possible, and partially due to the toxicity of some people, you know, during gameplay. But then again, I'm guessing that some of, at least not all of it, but some of the toxicity was also bred into these community members due to the frustration they're feeling from, you know, a lot of the matches that do seem unwinnable. And in my opinion, there are some matches that are indeed unwinnable, no matter how, you know, how good you are. And this, the evidence for this is what we see on stream, where some top 500 players can't carry their gold team in matches. Sometimes, you know, another gold team beats the Smurf, the top 500's team, basically. So yeah, that's basically when the making algorithm wants to give you an unwinnable match. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. But of course, ultimately, when the skill gap between a top 500 and the rest of the players is so astronomical, yeah, the matchmaking algorithm just can't really do much about this in the long run. I mean, it can only do so much, or it can only keep trying to give you unwinnable matches for so long until it doesn't become subtle anymore, and it becomes too obvious. So, you know, obviously it has to kind of balance this out, because as I said, I didn't just say produce the slowest grind possible. I also added, you know, the subtlety, so that the most subtle and slow grind up the ladder possible. That's the ultimate goal. And I think obviously this design is because playtime equals money from Blizzard's perspective, and it's the same design philosophy used in World of Warcraft. Basically creating the most subtle, slow climb up the ladder possible. And we can add fun. So, you know, they want to add fun, but I think it's a completely different department. So obviously, you know, Activision Blizzard is a huge company. So there's a department for example, the cinematics, a department for you know, sort of the matchmaking system, the progression, you know, the ladder and the progression, and there's a department for the fun. Well, you know, several departments concerned with the fun. So yeah, ultimately the whole company as a whole tries to put this together, the formula together, where it's basically the most subtle and slowest and most fun grind up the ladder possible. That the design philosophy is in World of Warcraft and it's carried over to Overwatch. And I do see from the difficulty levels, basically where even here, like basically this mission archives, this PVE stuff is preparation for Overwatch 2, and it seems like so they basically Blizzard is testing how the community receives these modes, this sort of PVE gameplay, and I did give feedback in the previous few streams, 3 streams, about mission archives. Basically, I see the World of Warcraft design philosophy yet again here, even in this, where one thing I really didn't like about these PVE missions, especially here, where, for example, once you get into expert and legendary, you can see basically the design philosophy, the mythic dungeon, World of Warcraft mythic dungeon and raid design philosophy, which basically which I called non-intuitive gameplay. What do I mean by intuitive? Well, first I will say what I mean by intuitive gameplay. What I mean by intuitive gameplay is basically gameplay that allows the player to figure out things as they play. As you're playing something, it's so intuitive that you figure out. And by the way, intuitive does not equal easy. There's a huge difference. I don't mean easy, I mean intuitive. And intuitive here specifically means that it is the sort of gameplay that is designed in order to allow the player to figure things out as they go. Literally, like for example, like a really intuitive game. The perfect game would be very challenging, but at the same time very intuitive, in the sense that it is difficult, but it's also intuitive. What does that mean? That means that like a team of very skilled players can actually beat maybe legendary. Just for the first time, from the very first time they play, they can beat legendary with some skill and knowledge about their heroes and stuff like that. But currently it seems borderline impossible to do this, and that's because what I see here is this non-intuitive. The design itself is carried over from the same sort of philosophy that is used in World of Warcraft, where you beat the hardest difficulties of a dungeon, or in this case, a mission, kind of, as I said, dungeon in World of Warcraft, mission here in Overwatch, event, and tomorrow in Overwatch 2. So you beat it by doing it over and over again until you discover some sort of trick, until you memorize. It's about memorization, not intuitive learning. You don't learn this intuitively. You learn it via memorization. So what does that mean? You memorize, for example, in this here Uprising, at the highest difficulty. So you're supposed to learn the locations from which the bastions spawn, and the time, like when exactly the bastions spawn, and from which direction, is it the left or the right, and so on, so that you can prepare, so that you're literally prepared just literally before, as the bastion is getting in, before the bastion sits down into sentry mode while it's still in recon mode. You basically, for example, if you have like a Torbjorn or something, Torbjorn puts his ultimate under the bastion and in its path, and if you have a bastion, the bastion can attack it also, can start attacking it also in recon mode before it gets down. You also learn where those explosive little balls, the big balls that explode. You also learn like from which direction they come, and you destroy it very quickly, and you focus basically these down. So it's almost like a World of Warcraft raid, basically, where you need a raid leader, or basically a shot caller in this case. So instead of, but as you could see, it's almost like reflection. It's almost like a reflection of World of Warcraft here. So in World of Warcraft, you've got a raid leader who basically tells people what to do and at what time, and now in here you will need also a shot caller who basically tells you, okay, now turn right, bastion on the right, I don't know, our bastion, take care of it, or our Torb, take care of the left direction, this explosive enemy, and so on and so forth. So yeah, you gotta keep playing this over and over again until you memorize all the times and directions and little details of this level, and then you can finally beat it, or you have to. And this is of course in the all heroes mode. In the story mode, you are limited, into 4 heroes here, like Ryan, Mercy, Torb, and Tracer. and you're supposed to figure out the strategy. So and as I said, it's not intuitive. It's not something that you can figure out the very first time you play. You have to keep playing over and over again and failing over and over again until you discover the correct strategy to beat the legendary, for example, difficulty. And this once again, this is part of the design philosophy of World of Warcraft raids and mythic dungeons and stuff. It's basically how Blizzard gets game time, play time. So increasing your play time until you can beat something, and then even after you beat it, after you finally can beat this mission or that mythic dungeon or that raid, then you will keep grinding it over and over again in order to gain some sort of progress. I don't know what they're planning for Overwatch 2. Of course, there's no armor here in Overwatch. There's no gear progression. There's just cosmetics and stuff like that. But I think they're planning some sort of skill tree progression for Overwatch 2. So that's basically where you have to keep grinding these levels in order to progress several heroes. And of course, you've got so many heroes. So if you want to level all heroes up to the max level in terms of their skill tree and stuff like that, then yeah, you have to keep playing all these missions over and over again. I mean, from my perspective, I can understand that that's just how Blizzard rolls, or how it does things, and especially when there's no loot, like if Overwatch 2, and of course Overwatch doesn't have loot in the sense of gear, weapons and stuff like that, and if Overwatch 2 won't have that either because it's got heroes, so of course they have to find some sort of way to give progress to the players. But what I wanted to see, because it just felt a bit strange to me that this is a first-person shooter, but Blizzard is still it's almost like plagued by the same design philosophy. They're carrying the same design philosophy over to Overwatch, or in the future it will be Overwatch 2, and that's what I kind of find. First of all, I was a bit taken aback. I was a bit shocked that it reminded me of World of Warcraft. The whole essence of the whole thing, the design of it. And I was hoping that it wouldn't be this case. I was hoping, because this is a first-person shooter, it's not tab targeting. You're not like tab picking a target with tab, and then or your spells basically automatically home into that target. You're playing a first-person shooter, so there is some sort of, at least for some of the heroes, there's an aiming skill level needed here, and there's also your heroes do need training on their mechanics. Quite a few heroes are very complex when it comes to the totality of their mechanics. Sigma in the tank section is a good example. Even Roadhog, being consistent with your hook is quite challenging. A lot. Even Diva is very complex. She's got like so many things that she can do together: damage, matrix, rockets, and boost. All together she can use these, and then she can boost for, you can boost for a certain time, and then you have to stop at the perfect time in order for all your rockets to hit. There is this. And the same thing, of course, Tracer, very high ceiling in the damage section. Anna, one of probably, if not the most difficult hero to get kind of to master in the game, because she's basically doing so many things. She can be offensive and defensive, and she has to check her positioning, the enemy's positioning, and her teammates' positioning, and so on and so forth. A lot more than many other heroes. So a lot of heroes in the game have huge demands on your game sense and your mechanical mastery, or your mastery of the mechanical elements of that hero. So what I mean by, after giving all these examples, what I mean is that there is a lot of reliance on skill level here, especially for many heroes. For most of the Overwatch heroes, there is quite a heavy reliance on skill. So what I would have wanted to see is a design philosophy that actually uses this advantage. Overwatch has this advantage where you can reward skill level, like truly, rather than think of Overwatch 2 missions just like you were thinking. So rather than thinking of Overwatch 2's missions today, just like you were thinking of World of Warcraft Mythic Dungeons and raids yesterday. You're carrying over that same design philosophy, where the players have to memorize. Watch players have to watch guides. So now tomorrow, if for Overwatch 2, we're gonna get guides. The guide, the uh, guide for a legendary uprising story, a how to beat legendary uprising story guide. That's basically literally what we're gonna see for Overwatch 2, just like for World of Warcraft, Mythic Dungeons and raids. And yeah, I'm just taken aback, and at the same time disappointed, because you have something that is you have something in Overwatch that doesn't exist in World of Warcraft, which is that sort of mechanical, relying on heavy reliance on mechanics, on mechanical skill. Someone might argue that there is also reliance on mechanical skill in World of Warcraft, but I would say that really only happens in the arena in World of Warcraft, like basically PvP, specifically in the arena, World of Warcraft arena. But for most raids and stuff, it's really about memorization. There really isn't any skill, like any real skill there. It's about memorizing, how things work. And I know that there is no spell rotation. I'm fully aware of this. That was like in the past, in the very very old days, there was spell rotation, but now there is no specific spell rotation for World of Warcraft. But you still have priority. You have, instead of the spell rotation, you have spell priorities. So basically, if you know your hero spell priorities, then it's basically memorization again. You simply memorize which skills are the most important, and as all the skills become available, you keep using the highest priority spell. That's it. So if 3 spells are available to you, you use the one that is the most important of them. If 2 spells are available, you use the one that's more important than the other. If 1 spell is available, you use that one regardless, of course, because it's just 1 spell available, and so on and so forth. And so it is literally about memorizing your spell priorities, and then you're golden. You can get the highest DPS if you have also the best gear. So yeah, that's what World of Warcraft depends on: memorizing your spell priorities, and memorizing the sequence of events in any mythic dungeon or in any raid, so that you can move correctly, and you can basically take the correct steps there. Procedural. So it's like a procedure, and you have to memorize the steps of this procedure, and that's it. That's what mainly World of Warcraft is about, with the exception of arenas. Arena fights can be very creative and also demanding on mechanics, a lot more than Mythic Dungeons and raids. The real fun of, from my perspective, I'm not saying all this to bash World of Warcraft. The problem with World of Warcraft is this heavy reliance on grinding. Blizzard, it's almost like Blizzard is like finding it very difficult to come up with really fun ideas, engaging ideas that can engage the community or keep the community hooked just on the fun, on the pure fun. So now they are just relying on a lot of grinding mechanics in order to keep the players playing. And it is unfortunate that they have to rely on this. But at the same time, they do add a little bit of fun. It's enough fun to keep a lot of people hooked. So, and I think World of Warcraft is quite decent in a lot of ways. In today, at least, the retail one, the new one, not necessarily the vanilla one or the classic one. It's just too outdated for my taste today. And I'm a veteran. I played vanilla World of Warcraft, and I have great memories in it. But at the same time, I do realize that the times change. We gotta move on. A lot of people think that they think that that the mechanics of vanilla World of Warcraft are the ones that were really fun and what have you. But I think they just got it all wrong. We were different people at the time. Our community was different, and the way we approached the game was different. And at the same time, a lot of the games elements were completely new to us. So yeah, different times and different ages um, and different people too. We were different people at the time. Our community tended to be much more friendly. There was always like clowns and trolls, but they were very few. Not like today. Today toxicity has increased a lot. Not just in not just in Blizzard games, by the way. I mean, even in League of Legends, for example, a MOBA, you've got a lot of toxicity in it. And there's also toxicity in World of Warcraft, in Overwatch, and so on. So it is us. Our world changed. Our world, I think, today is a bit harsher than it was 15 years ago. Um, you know, a lot of wars happened, and a lot of economical crises happened, and so on and so forth. So I think people just changed to the worst. A lot of people at least changed to the worst rather than to the better. But yeah, I like World of Warcraft. For some of the fun it has, cooperative. Basically cooperative fun. I do enjoy, or I did. I'm not playing World of Warcraft nowadays, but I did enjoy, um, dungeons and raids and stuff like that. I enjoy them a lot, especially because it's like a cooperative. Especially when you're with nice people or friendly people, these things can be very fun. Because it is good old PVE, cooperative fun. But I play first-person shooters for a different kind of fun, which is sort of skill-based fun, not procedural memorization or rote learning based fun. You see what I mean? So World of Warcraft is its own kind of game. You play it for this cooperative PVE fun, unless of course you're playing in arena or something that's competitive multiplayer. But yeah, for most of World of Warcraft players, they're playing it for this sort of social experience, this cooperative PVE fun. And it doesn't matter that it relies on memorization of certain procedures and certain way of moving here and there when it comes to the raids and mythic dungeons and stuff. It's still fun, cooperative fun. But on the other hand, as I said, Overwatch is a first-person shooter game, and it shouldn't be treated like it is. It is a procedural, rote learning-based fun. It should be treated as skill-based fun. Something that rewards, good aiming, rewards mastery of the mechanics and stuff like that. But as I said, the design of expert and legendary, at least, well, actually even hard level, to be honest, hard level also requires that sort of expecting the bastion to show up. And like if you're playing this uprising, you have to expect the bastion to show up and start shooting and stuff like that. And it's the same, it carries over to the expert and legendary difficulties. It's just it's literally about memorizing when the bastion will show up and you react. Of course, you still have to rely on your accuracy in order to kind of get most of your shots on the bastion. But if you memorize, like really really know exactly the moment that the bastion will show up and that other enemy, the explosive big spherical enemy will show up. Um, you you need, like, and if you're playing with bastion or something like that, you need minimal skill level, because ultimately the bastion, when the bastion arrives, it will ultimately get, it becomes stationary. It will get into sentry mode and it won't move really. So you don't need like a lot of skill to shoot a stationary target. And the same thing, the spherical explosive enemy, it moves in a straight line toward the payload, so you can also easily shoot it because it's not moving right or left. It's not strafing or anything like that. So yeah, in the PVE, the reliance in skill is already a little bit less than when it comes to competitive. And unfortunately, Blizzard increased the direction of the game now away from being skill based and into, as I said, memorization based fun. You just memorize how to do this, procedural and memorization based, basically, as I said. And that's just such a shame. It really is such a shame. Like for example, I really enjoyed this mode here, the surgical strike. You know, the challenge one. Only critical hits do damage. I really enjoyed it, especially playing it on McCree and stuff. I found it very fun because it's challenging. It's challenging in a nice, in a fun way. You know, it's challenging me to get enough headshots. It's challenging, you know, obviously all of us, but you know, I'm I'm basically doing my own share of the work. So I feel like I'm challenged to get as many headshots as possible in the shortest time possible in order to save my teammates, in order to survive and so on. So I found it, you know, pretty fun. It was very nice. And that's what I like to see. You know, I would like to see something like this rather than something like this here, legendary, where, as I said, you are literally you know, depending like 80% of your contribution, or 80% of your chance of winning and beating this is, you know, relying on memorization and taking and following a specific procedure. Whereas as this here, surgical strike is pure skill and creativity. You know, it is challenging your skill and creativity. This is amazing for me personally, at least from my perspective. This truly is amazing. This is a lovely, you know, mode and an idea. But this here, and even here, this is just mythic World of Warcraft. WoW mythic dungeons and raids all over again, and it's just a disappointment for me personally. It's a letdown and a disappointment, and I hope that Blizzard, you know, at some point they change this direction, you know, more, and try to move into something like this, something skill based, you know, critical hits only do damage. This is skill based, and it basically, I beat it. I think I beat it from the first time. Yeah, and we didn't even have a tank. I think. Yeah, what were we? We were May. I was McCree. There was a May. There was a Baptiste and a Reaper. I think the fourth was Reaper. So we didn't even have a tank, you know. And Baptiste, our Baptiste was like maybe 60-70% DPS Baptiste. You know, he wasn't like super focused on healing. I had to beg for healing more than once because he was so focused on shooting and stuff. And we still did it. We still, you know, basically made it from the first attempt, I believe. I might be wrong, but I'm kind of 80% certain that we beat this from the first time. So we beat this using skill and creativity. You know, we basically, a lot of us obviously were downed. A lot of us like were downed or died during the mission, but we would find ways to, you know, save them, get them up again, and so on. So yeah, that was really good fun, and this is the direction that I hope Overwatch 2 would take, to be honest. But this stuff here, this mythic, you know, WoW mythic dungeon and WoW raid direction is it's really underwhelming and just disappointing, and leaves a bad taste in my mouth, you know. I don't want to see this in a first-person shooter, to be honest. It's just weird, and just kind of repulsive, you know, puts me off. Yeah. That's it. I really just wanted to share my thoughts about this. Once again, thank you for those who stuck around with me until the end. I really appreciate it, guys, and I hope to see you for another stream tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, rational, intelligent, and question almost everything. Thank you.